Jason Goes to Hell. Like, up to this point, all of the Friday the 13th movies had a certain style and feel to them. And then, I guess, Miramax were the ones that took over. And
I think it's New Line.
I'm sorry, New Line, yeah. And over from Paramount. And completely changed around the movie.
I gotta say, though, at the time when Jason Goes to Hell was coming out, they just had the most awesome promotion for this fucking movie.
Yeah.
Because I was like so fucking looking forward to this. Because you had the TV spots with the fucking flames and the silver masks and stuff. And they really made it look like it was going to be the most amazing damn thing ever. Because you got to think, for the first time ever, I mean, they were pumping in multiple $1 million. I mean, this was like a $13 million movie or something along those lines. It was a astronomical amount of money they had to use with this compared to the money that Paramount was giving them for a movie. But in my opinion, and I think I'm right on this one for sure, certain movies don't need the big budgets to be good. They just don't. I mean, slasher movies, you can get you a couple of makeup effects guys, a stuntman to play Jason, some shitty fucking actors, and that's it.
Yeah.
Get yourself at a camp or something.
I think up to this point, I mean, especially with this movie too, they started to realize after Part 8, especially, that all they really needed was a gimmick. Like, that was the thing. They really didn't even make the movie. All they became about was the gimmick of the movie. Like, okay, in Part 8, you got Jason. What can we do with him now? We fucking had him fight Carrie the last time. This time, we'll put him in New York.
Last time he was Manhattan.
So it's like, this time, what are we going to do with him? Well, we send him to hell or something. And clearly, they didn't really even think through what the hell they were going to do, because therein lies the whole problem with this movie.
Something that's funny, though, I was noticing on the DVD, and this one's not out on Blu-ray yet, which I'm sure it'll be out eventually. When the movie came out, it was called Jason Goes to Hell: The Final Friday, and they removed that from the DVD. They're like, oh no, it was the final one.
No, it never will be.
We was just tricking you dumbasses.
But, I mean, here, I guess we just begin at the beginning. The beginning of the movie starts off with Jason chasing this woman around, and then the CIA or FBI or somebody
some titties early on, which everybody
shows up, blows him all to hell, and he gets transported to this hospital, and then you start to figure out that there's a backstory to how it is that Jason became the way that he is.
Right, and it's just now
being explained. And it's the dumbest fucking backstory ever, I think. It possibly is, like, the stupidest backstory I've ever heard.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be that bad had it start a franchise off, okay? It was the beginning of a franchise. This wasn't. This was the 9th goddamn movie in a franchise that at this point had been going for like 13 years, okay? So people knew the fucking story of Jason. You can't come in 13 fucking years later and be like, oh, he's got like a little demon worm inside of him that's going to hop from body to body, and that's how come he never fucking dies. He's got that damn worm in him.
He's got that little demon worm.
You get that worm that crawls up and out of his asshole and into your mouth.
Yeah,
I mean, there's just so much shit in this. I mean, this is like...
Well, that's the main problem, really, I think. Is like, there's no Jason in it. It's all... Yeah. Except for the first and last couple of minutes, it's all a bunch of fucking retard, like, actors that are supposedly possessed by the demon worm of Jason, just going around killing people.
Yeah, and as I remember too, in this movie, really didn't have any of the, the Harry Manfredini music in it. I didn't remember a whole lot. I don't know if he even did the music in it.
Let's see who did it. Yeah, he did. Music by Harry Manfredini.
Oh, well, I think he must have changed it quite a bit or something, though, because it doesn't really... I don't really remember a lot of the cues in it that were in, like, the other Friday the 13th movies. Not that I really care that much, but...
It's hard to believe, though, how bad they fucked this movie up. Like, almost every level.
You got to remember the bounty hunter guy that's in it too.
Well, that's the other part of it. You got the John De La May guy, who was the guy from the fucking TV series, who's the main lead in this film. Yeah. And at one point, he's trying to figure out the origins of Jason and how that's all coming about. And apparently, the only person that knows the origins is this fucking retarded bounty hunter guy.
Fucking Creighton Duke.
Who In one of, and I've said this a million times, I know, but one of the stupidest fucking scenes I've ever seen in any movie will give him information about Jason if he lets him break each one of his fingers. So you're like, really?
He's like, damn it, my fingers. But I need this information. Okay, here you go.
Break my finger.
Yeah.
That's the kind of shit that's all the way through. It's like needless, stupid shit. Like, why wouldn't the guy just be like, I'm not going to tell you, or I'm going to tell you? Why would he need to break his fucking fingers? Like, we need that.
He just likes to.
Yeah.
He's a bad motherfucker. And he's some guy another guy that supposedly knows every damn thing about Jason, but you never heard of him until this movie.
Right. He's like the Bigfoot hunter, but with Jason.
See, here's what they could have done, and it would have worked. Take a surviving character from an earlier movie, okay? That way it gives the story a little bit of fucking depth. Where you're like, oh yeah, I remember him. God damn it. Why couldn't you have fucking got a guy, have him play Tommy Jarvis? And he would be the fucking he'd be like, I've become a bounty hunter. It's my job to make sure Jason is gone. It doesn't even have to be the same goddamn fucking guy. Just get a fucking guy in there and say he's Tommy Jarvis.
Clearly, that matter. There's already 3 of them by that point anyway.
Yeah. And hell, get the same goddamn actor. Change his fucking race. He's a black guy now. Tommy Jarvis is. It don't matter. He could have reversed Sammy Sosa himself or something.
Reverse Sammy Sosa. There's also, though, some shit in here about Aaron Gray working at some diner, but I don't really remember that much about it.
Okay, here's another thing, too. Yeah, I remember this, because I remember I was 13 years old watching, I was like, bullshit! All of a sudden, Jason Voorhees has a fucking sister.
That is right.
And it's fucking Aaron Gray. From Buck Rogers, buddy. He didn't know his sister was a celebrity.
She's running a diner. She's a waitress in a diner or something.
You always notice, like, when all these movies kind of go on, they have like 8, 9 episodes or chapters of each of these franchises. And it always goes back to, it has to be someone in the same bloodline that takes Jason and Freddy.
It does, yeah.
Wow! You just now fucking thought of that? Fucking dumbass.
I suppose, though,
God,
that the biggest thing about this movie, if there is anything redeemable about it, and it says right on the front of this cover.
That's only like 90 minutes.
Well, besides that, yeah. It says right on the front of it, this is the only quote on the whole DVD, and this is from Fangoria. This has the most incredible ending we've ever seen. Now, there's no shit, though. When you're a kid,
yeah,
even though this movie sucks a dick, it does. Even when you were a kid, it sucked a dick. The ending.
We're talking about the very fucking
the
end.
very end, yeah. Was something that, like, all kids wanted to see from the time that you could think of the idea of it, which is the hockey mask is laying on the ground at the very end. All of a sudden, the Freddy glove comes up, grabs the hockey mask, and pulls it down. Perfect. It would have been amazing if the movie had been worth a shit, like, and the ending had been that.
Yeah.
But that's the only thing about the movie.
You got to remember, right before that, though, is when Jason's, like, moving in slow motion, and all these fucking, like, little fucking CGI.
All these tapeworms are shooting out of his ass.
Whoa. I was like looking, I was like, God damn, what the fuck is it? This is like some sort of bad episode of the X-Files or something.
It's true, but that's like I'm saying.
It was just so hilarious. Like, if you watch it now, too, it's like little fucking giant fireflies coming out of his chest. And he's like, And then you got to remember the fucking arms that tear Jason apart, too, like from hell.
That's true, yeah. So, yeah, the end of it's pretty shitty. But except for that last part, that's the only part that anybody really remembers from that movie. And I guess that was kind of like the initial stage of the Freddy versus Jason stuff, what would become the Freddy versus Jason.
Although that didn't happen for like about 10 years.
Yeah, the idea had been floating around for that long, yeah.
Yeah. And what's even more hilarious is it took 10 years for a piece of shit like Freddy vs. Jason to come out.
Freddy vs. Jason. I mean, if we want to go off on that tangent for a second, that's one of those movies where they really had no idea how to do it. And so eventually I think they were just like, well, fuck it. Let's just settle on
Let's just
something.
hurry and do it.
Yeah, and we'll hurry up and get it out there. Because the movie makes no sense, man. It is, like, to me, the end part of it's a fun movie.
Yeah,
but
crowd.
But Jesus.
Like, I remember, that's another moment, though. I guess we can add Jason X, or Freddy vs. Jason onto it a little bit. But where, like, they're all huddled around. And, like, I think it's the girl from Destiny's Child or something like that. And she just makes this wild-ass remark. It's like, okay, what if Freddy is getting to Jason when he's dreaming? And everybody's like, oh, yeah, that's what it is.
That?
I'm like, what in the fuck? What a wild fucking assumption. For one thing, I never thought Jason slept.
He does, though, apparently. He sleeps like a horse standing up.
He stands up with his machete. He's going in his dreams. He's like thinking about back to Jason goes. Oh God! I will say this though. Going back to Jason Goes to Hell, I saw that movie twice in the fucking theater. I remember it.
Why?
I think it was just because of the end with Freddy and the glove and the big laugh and stuff.
Like I said, it was a mark out moment. Very few of those.
It was because we thought we were going to see the movie a lot sooner than we did. I mean, that was a movie that was talked about forever, and I think when it finally happened, it was a bit of a letdown. But what are you going to do?
I still, though, am not positive that if this movie or Jason X is worse to me. Like, I don't know. They're both like bad in different ways to me. Like,
I think at least with Jason X, is it was kind of winking at you at how bad it was. With this one, it was just made by some dumbasses.
Are you trying to tell me that Adam Marcus is a dumbass?
Yeah. I actually heard a story that he was like best friends with, is it Noah Cunningham, Sean's son?
Yeah.
And that's how he got the fucking, he got to be the director of the movie.
It does have a screenplay by Dean Lorey and Jay Ugley, though.
Dean Lorey?
Yeah.
That Piper Laurie's boy?
Yeah. This movie, though, is ass.